Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science Society. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Perhaps you've had a long day, or maybe you're the kind of person who likes drifting off to the quiet contemplation of the natural world rather than counting sheep. Either way, you're in the right place. Tonight's journey takes us into the world of one of Earth's most magnificent creatures, the lion. You've got nothing to do but relax. Let your breathing slow, your muscles soften, and your mind wander through golden grasslands where these great cats have ruled for millions of years. Tonight, we'll travel through time and space, from ancient forests where the first cat ancestors prowled, to the sun-drenched savannas of modern Africa where prides still gather at dusk. We'll explore the intricate social bonds that make lions unique among all the great cats, the strategies they use to survive in an often harsh landscape, and the challenges they face in a world increasingly shaped by human presence. You will hear about cooperative hunts and tender moments between mothers and cubs, about fierce battles for territory and the gentle grooming sessions that strengthen family bonds. Some of what you learn tonight may surprise you, or at the very least spark curiosity as you drift toward sleep. And just before we begin our journey, if these calm explorations of the natural world help you unwind or give you a peaceful way to end your day, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It helps other curious minds find their way here too, one sleepy learner at a time. Now, let's begin our exploration of the lion, a creature that has captured human imagination for thousands of years and whose story stretches back millions more. The ancient lineage, evolution, and ancestry. The story of the lion begins not in the African savanna, but in the ancient forests and grasslands of Asia, over 25 million years ago. All cats, from the smallest house cat to the mightiest tiger, share a common ancestor, a small creature that paleontologists have named Proailurus limonensis, which translates simply to first cat. This animal was surprisingly modest in size, just slightly larger than a modern domestic cat, with a long tail and semi-retractable claws. It stalked through the undergrowth of Oligocene forests, a predator perfectly adapted to its time and place. From this humble beginning, an entire family would diversify and spread across the planet. Proailurus lived in what is now Europe and Asia, in a world vastly different from our own. The climate was warmer, forests were denser, and the prey animals were unlike anything alive today. This small cat was an arboreal hunter, meaning it spent much of its time in trees, using its sharp claws and keen senses to catch birds, small mammals, and perhaps even insects. Its teeth were designed for slicing meat, and its skeleton showed the beginnings of the flexibility and agility that would become hallmarks of all feline predators. In every genetic thread of every living cat, there exists an echo of this ancient creature. About 20 million years ago, Proailurus gave rise to Pseudailurus, a larger and more diverse group of cat-like predators. Pseudailurus was still relatively small by modern standards, roughly the size of a cougar, but it represented a crucial evolutionary step. These animals spread from their Eurasian homeland into Africa and North America, adapting to new environments and diversifying into multiple species. Some branches of this family tree would eventually lead to the extinct saber-toothed cats, those iconic predators with elongated canine teeth designed for taking down large prey. Other branches would lead to the cats we know today. The true big cats, members of the genus Panthera, emerged much more recently in evolutionary terms. Scientists studying both fossil evidence and DNA comparisons have determined that the Panthera lineage split from other cat families approximately 10 to 11 million years ago. This split represented a fundamental division in the cat family tree. On one branch were the big cats that would eventually include lions, tigers, leopards, jaguars, and snow leopards. On the other branch were all the smaller cat species, including the lineage that would eventually lead to domestic cats. The big cats were marked by a special anatomical feature, a flexible hyoid bone in their throats that allows lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars to produce their characteristic roars. No other cats can roar in quite the same way. The earliest known member of the Panthera genus is Panthera blythii, discovered in fossil deposits high on the Tibetan Plateau, and dated to between 4 and 6 million years ago. This ancient cat was smaller than modern lions or tigers, roughly the size of a snow leopard, but it possessed the distinctive skull features and powerful jaws that mark it as a true big cat. The discovery of Panthera blythii was revolutionary for paleontologists because it pushed back the known origin of big cats by over 2 million years and confirmed that these magnificent predators had their origins in Asia, not Africa, as some had previously believed. The Tibetan Plateau, with its high altitude and harsh conditions, was an unlikely birthplace for the world's most powerful land predators. Yet the fossils tell a clear story. From this Asian homeland, the early Panthera cats began to spread. Climate changes, the movement of prey animals, and simple evolutionary pressure to explore new territories all played roles in this expansion. Around 9 million years ago, big cats began migrating from Asia into Africa and North America, taking advantage of land bridges that appeared when sea levels dropped during ice ages. These migrations were not quick or direct. They happened over hundreds of thousands of years, with populations slowly pushing into new territories, adapting to new prey and new climates, and sometimes going extinct when conditions changed. By about 1 million years ago, animals that we would clearly recognize as lions had appeared. Panthera leo fossilis, sometimes called the early Middle Pleistocene lion, lived across Europe and parts of Asia. These were enormous cats, up to 25% larger than modern lions, with robust builds suited to the colder climates of Ice Age Europe. Fossil remains have been found from Germany to Siberia, suggesting these lions were successful and widespread predators. They hunted the megafauna of their time, massive herbivores like ancient bison, horses, and even young mammoths. Another famous prehistoric lion was Panthera leo spelaea, the cave lion, which roamed Europe and northern Asia from about 370,000 to 10,000 years ago. Despite its name, the cave lion probably didn't live in caves. The name comes from the fact that many fossils were found in cave deposits, where bones were preserved after being washed in or dragged in by scavengers. Cave lions were depicted in prehistoric art, including the famous cave paintings at Chauvet in France, which date back over 30,000 years. These ancient artworks show lions without the large manes characteristic of modern African male lions, suggesting that cave lions may have looked somewhat different, perhaps adapted to colder climates with shorter, denser fur rather than flowing manes. Around the same time, another branch of the lion family tree was thriving in the Americas. The American lion, Panthera leo atrox, was one of the largest cats ever to exist, rivaling and possibly exceeding the cave lion in size. These magnificent predators hunted across North America and even into parts of South America, taking down bison, horses, camels, and other large prey. The American lion persisted until about 11,000 years ago, when it vanished, along with much of the Ice Age megafauna. The reasons for this extinction are still debated, but climate change, human hunting pressure, and the loss of prey species all likely played roles. Modern lions, Panthera leo as we know them today, are the last survivors of this once diverse and widespread lineage. 10,000 years ago, lions still roamed across Africa, southern Europe, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. They were found from the Mediterranean coast to India, from the Atlas Mountains of Morocco to the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa. But over the millennia, their range has contracted dramatically. Today, wild lions are found only in sub-Saharan Africa and in one small population in India's Gir forest. The lions we see today, lounging in the shade of acacia trees or moving through tall grass in coordinated hunts, are the inheritors of an ancient legacy. The latest chapter in a story that began in Asian forests millions of years ago. The evolutionary journey of lions is a testament to the power of adaptation and the relentless march of natural selection. From small, tree-dwelling predators to the apex hunters of the savanna. The line that led to lions has navigated ice ages and warm periods, crossed continents and oceans, adapted to forests, grasslands, mountains, and deserts. Each environment left its mark, shaping behavior, body size, coat color, and social structure. The lion, as we know it, is not a finished product but a point along a continuing evolutionary path, shaped by millions of years of survival and change. The lion's body, anatomy, and physical adaptations. To understand how lions hunt, how they communicate, and how they survive, we must first understand their bodies. Every aspect of a lion's anatomy reflects millions of years of refinement as a large predator. From their powerful limbs to their specialized teeth, from their keen senses to their distinctive roars, lions are masterpieces of evolutionary engineering. An adult male lion is an imposing creature. Males typically weigh between 150 and 250 kilograms, though some exceptional individuals have been recorded at over 270 kilograms. Females are smaller, generally weighing between 120 and 180 kilograms. This size difference between males and females, known as sexual dimorphism, is more pronounced in lions than in most other big cats and reflects their different roles within the pride social structure. The male's larger size and intimidating mane serve primarily for combat with other males and for display, while the female's more streamlined build is optimized for the quick bursts of speed and agility needed in hunting. The lion's body is built for explosive power rather than sustained speed. Unlike cheetahs, which are adapted for incredible velocity over short distances, lions are ambush predators that rely on stealth, coordination, and short bursts of acceleration. Their legs are thick and muscular, with massive shoulder muscles that provide the power needed to bring down prey much larger than themselves. A lion's forelimbs are particularly powerful, equipped with retractable claws that can extend to grip and hold struggling prey. These claws, curved and razor-sharp, are one of the lion's most important hunting tools. When not in use, they retract into protective sheaths, keeping them sharp and ready for the next hunt. The paws themselves are large and padded, allowing lions to move with surprising quietness despite their size. Each front paw has 5 toes, while the back paws have 4. The largest claw on each front paw is the dew claw, located higher up on the leg, which acts like a thumb to help grip prey during an attack. The pads on a lion's feet are tough and leathery, providing cushioning and grip on various terrain, from rocky outcrops to sandy soil to the rough bark of trees that young lions occasionally climb. A lion's skull is a testament to the power of its bite. The skull is short and broad, with massive jaw muscles that attach to a pronounced sagittal crest running along the top of the skull. These muscles generate tremendous biting force, allowing lions to crush bones and sever the spinal cords of their prey. An adult lion has 30 teeth, including 4 large canine teeth that can grow up to 7 centimeters long. These canines are the killing weapons, used to grip and suffocate prey or to sever major blood vessels in the neck. Behind the canines are specialized carnassial teeth, shearing blades designed to slice through tough hide and flesh. Unlike herbivores, which grind their food, lions do relatively little chewing. They tear chunks of meat and swallow them whole, their digestive systems adapted to handle raw meat and even small bones. The lion's senses are finely tuned for hunting. Their eyes are positioned on the front of their faces, providing excellent binocular vision and depth perception, crucial for judging distances when stalking and pouncing on prey. Lions have excellent night vision, approximately 6 times better than humans, thanks to a reflective layer behind their retinas called the tapetum lucidum. This layer reflects light back through the retina, giving the photoreceptor cells a second chance to detect photons. This is what causes a lion's eyes to glow when caught in a flashlight beam at night. During the day, lions can see well, but their vision is optimized for low-light conditions, which makes sense given that they do much of their hunting during dawn, dusk, and nighttime hours. Hearing is another crucial sense for lions. Their ears are round and mobile, able to rotate independently to pinpoint the source of sounds. Lions can hear frequencies up to 60,000 hertz, well into the ultrasonic range that humans cannot detect. This allows them to hear the high-pitched calls of prey animals and the movements of other predators from considerable distances. In the darkness of night or in tall grass where vision is limited, sound becomes one of the primary ways lions track prey and communicate with pride members. The sense of smell in lions is also highly developed, though perhaps not to the degree seen in some other carnivores like wolves. Lions have a specialized organ called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ, located in the roof of their mouths. By curling their upper lips in a grimace called the phlegmon response, lions can draw scent molecules into this organ, which is particularly sensitive to pheromones. This allows them to detect the reproductive status of potential mates, identify individual pride members, and recognize the scent marks left by rival lions on territorial boundaries. One of the most distinctive features of male lions is their manes. This impressive ruff of hair around the head, neck, and chest is unique among big cats and serves multiple purposes. The mane is primarily a signal of fitness and genetic quality. Darker, fuller manes tend to indicate good health, high testosterone levels, and good nutrition. Lionesses have been shown in studies to prefer males with darker, more extensive manes, suggesting that the mane functions as an honest signal of quality in mate selection. The mane also provides some protection during fights with other males, cushioning bites and claw strikes to the vulnerable neck region. However, manes come with costs. They increase body temperature, which can be a significant disadvantage in the hot African climate, and they may hinder movement through dense vegetation. Not all male lions have equally impressive manes. Mane development is influenced by genetics, nutrition, age, and environmental factors, particularly temperature. Lions in cooler climates, like those in South Africa, tend to have fuller, darker manes than those in hotter regions. Some male lions, particularly the Tsavo lions of Kenya, made famous by attacks on railway workers in the 1890s, have very sparse manes or almost no manes at all. This variation may be an adaptation to local conditions or simply genetic variation within the species. The lion's tail is another distinctive feature, long and tufted at the end with a dark tassel of hair. The tail can be over a meter in length and serves multiple functions. It acts as a counterbalance when running and turning, helps with communication through various positions and movements, and the tuft at the end may serve as a visual signal that cubs can follow through tall grass. Interestingly, hidden within the tail tuft is a small, hard structure called a tail spur, a remnant claw-like structure that may be a vestigial feature from ancient cat ancestors. Lions have relatively loose skin, particularly around their necks and shoulders. This adaptation is extremely useful during fights, allowing the skin to slide over the underlying tissue when bitten or clawed, reducing the likelihood of deep wounds reaching vital structures. When two males fight, their powerful bites often grip loose skin rather than penetrating to the muscles and bones beneath, allowing both combatants to survive encounters that might otherwise be fatal. The lion's coat varies in color from light buff to yellowish red to dark tawny, with the underparts generally being lighter. This coloration provides excellent camouflage in the golden grasses and sandy soils of their habitats. Lion cubs are born with spots and faint stripes, remnants of a pattern that is more pronounced in other cat species. These markings fade as the cubs grow, usually disappearing by the time they reach adulthood, though some adults retain faint spots on their legs and bellies. Finally, we must discuss the roar, perhaps the most famous of all lion vocalizations. The roar of a male lion is one of the most powerful and distinctive sounds in nature. capable of reaching 114 decibels and being heard from over 8 kilometers away across the open savanna. This incredible volume is made possible by the specialized anatomy of the lion's larynx. The hyoid bone, which supports the larynx, is not fully ossified in lions. Instead, part of it remains flexible cartilage, allowing the larynx to vibrate at low frequencies and produce the deep, resonant roar. This roar serves multiple purposes: advertising territory, locating pride members across distances, coordinating hunts, and intimidating rivals. The ability to roar is shared only by lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars among all cats, marking these as the true great cats of the Panthera genus. Every element of the lion's anatomy tells a story of adaptation and survival. From the tips of their curved claws to the loose skin on their necks, from their specialized teeth to their powerful roar, lions are perfectly designed for their role as apex predators of the African savanna and the remnant populations in India's dry forests. Understanding their physical form helps us appreciate how they hunt, fight, communicate, and live together in their complex social groups. The pride, structure, and social organization. Lions are unique among all the world's big cats in one fundamental way: they are intensely social. While tigers, leopards, jaguars, and most other felids live solitary lives, coming together only briefly to mate, lions have evolved a complex social structure centered around the pride. This social organization is not merely a gathering of convenience, but a sophisticated system of cooperation, kinship bonds, and coordinated behaviors that has profound implications for survival and reproduction. A pride is the basic social unit of lion society, typically consisting of 3 to 40 individuals, though most prides number around 13 members. The composition of a pride is not random, but follows a consistent pattern shaped by evolution. At the core of every pride is a group of related adult females, usually sisters, mothers, daughters, aunts, and cousins. These lionesses form the stable heart of the pride, remaining in the same territory throughout their lives, inheriting the land from their mothers and passing it on to their daughters. This matrilineal structure creates strong bonds and allows for the cooperative behaviors that make lions such successful predators. Alongside the core group of females are their dependent offspring, cubs ranging from newborns to adolescents of about 2 to 3 years old. Male cubs will eventually leave or be driven from the pride when they reach sexual maturity, but female cubs typically remain, joining the ranks of adult hunters and eventually becoming mothers themselves. This pattern of female philopatry, the tendency to remain in one's natal area, creates prides where most or all of the females are related, having grown up together and knowing each other intimately. The adult males in a pride are typically not related to the females and often are not originally from the area. Instead, they are outsiders who have fought their way into the pride, defeating or driving off the previous male or males. A pride may have anywhere from 1 to 4 adult males, though coalitions of 2 or 3 are most common. These males are usually brothers or cousins who grew up together and formed their coalition as young adults. Larger coalitions of up to 10 males can occur, though these are less common, and usually consist entirely of males born in the same pride. Pairs and trios of males sometimes include unrelated individuals who joined forces to improve their chances of taking over a pride. The relationship between the resident males and the lionesses is complex. While the males appear dominant and are often portrayed as the kings of the pride, the reality is more nuanced. The lionesses do the vast majority of the hunting, provide most of the care for cubs, and make many of the day-to-day decisions about where the pride moves and when it rests or hunts. The male's primary roles are to defend the pride's territory from rival males, protect cubs from infanticidal attacks by outside males, and, of course, to mate with the females. This division of labor is not about dominance in a simple sense, but rather about specialization of roles, with each sex contributing different but equally important functions to the survival of the group. Pride size varies considerably depending on environmental factors, particularly the availability of prey. In areas where prey is abundant and water is reliable, prides can grow quite large, sometimes exceeding 30 individuals. In harsher environments where prey is scarcer and more dispersed, prides tend to be smaller, sometimes consisting of just a few related females and their young, with perhaps only one resident male. Research in different regions has shown this flexibility. Studies in Kruger National Park in South Africa found average pride sizes around 14 lions, while studies in Tanzania's Serengeti found similar numbers. However, in some more challenging environments, average pride sizes drop to 7 or 8 individuals. One of the most interesting aspects of pride social structure is what scientists call fission-fusion dynamics. This means that while a pride has a stable membership and defined territory, the members are not always together. In fact, pride members are often scattered across the territory in small groups or even alone, coming together for hunts, feeding, mating, or when cubs are very young. This pattern is particularly common in environments where prey is dispersed or when the pride is large. Small subgroups, typically of 3 to 5 individuals, may spend days or even weeks separated from other pride members, maintaining contact through occasional vocalizations and scent marking. This flexibility allows lions to exploit resources efficiently, with different subgroups hunting in different parts of the territory. The hierarchy within a pride is not rigidly fixed like a linear dominance hierarchy seen in some other social animals. Instead, relationships are complex and fluid, based on kinship, age, and individual personality. Among the lionesses, there is generally not a single dominant female who rules over all others. Instead, relationships are more egalitarian, though older. More experienced lionesses may take leading roles in hunts and in decisions about movement. When new lionesses occasionally join a pride, usually to increase genetic diversity, they must be accepted by the existing females. This acceptance process can involve tension and occasional aggression, but established females generally tolerate newcomers, especially if they are related to existing pride members. Among males in a coalition, dominance hierarchies are more apparent, particularly when it comes to mating opportunities. In larger coalitions, reproduction is often unequal, with the most dominant males siring more cubs than their coalition partners. However, this inequality is less pronounced in smaller coalitions of 2 or 3 males, where reproduction is more evenly distributed. Despite this competition, coalition partners maintain strong bonds, often grooming each other, sleeping in contact, and cooperating in territorial defense. These bonds, usually formed in youth between brothers or close relatives, can last a lifetime. The social structure of the pride brings numerous advantages. Cooperative hunting allows lions to tackle prey much larger than themselves, and to have higher success rates than they would hunting alone. Group defense of territory is more effective than individual defense, allowing prides to maintain control of high-quality areas with reliable prey and water. Communal cub rearing, where multiple females nurse and protect each other's young, provides better survival rates for cubs, who face numerous threats from predators, starvation, and infanticidal males. The presence of multiple adults also provides better protection against the dangers that lurk in the African bush, from rival prides to other large predators like hyenas and leopards. However, living in a group also comes with costs. More lions mean more mouths to feed, and competition at kills can be intense, especially when food is scarce. Diseases and parasites can spread more easily through groups of animals living in close contact. Social conflicts, while not common, can occur, particularly when new males take over a pride or when resources become very limited. The balance between cooperation and competition shapes every aspect of pride life. Understanding the structure of the pride is essential to understanding everything else about lion behavior. The social organization influences hunting strategies, determines reproductive success, shapes individual behavior, and even affects physical characteristics like mane development. The pride is not just a group of lions living together. It is a complex, dynamic social system that has evolved over millennia to help these magnificent predators survive and thrive in challenging environments. The lionesses, hunters, mothers, and the heart of the pride. If the pride is the fundamental unit of lion society, then the lionesses are its foundation. These females are the hunters who provide the majority of food, the mothers who raise the next generation, the defenders of territory, and the stable core around which the entire social structure revolves. Understanding the lives of lionesses reveals the true complexity and sophistication of lion society. Lionesses are born into the pride and, if they survive the perilous early years of cubhood, will spend their entire lives within the territory they were born in, surrounded by female relatives. This lifetime residency creates intimate familiarity with the land. Every waterhole, every rocky outcrop that provides shade, every grove of trees where prey might shelter, every ridge that offers a view of the surrounding grasslands. This knowledge is passed from mothers to daughters, creating a kind of cultural inheritance that helps the pride exploit resources efficiently. The bonds between lionesses are strong and multifaceted. Sisters grow up playing together, learning to hunt together, and eventually raising their cubs side by side. Mothers and daughters maintain close relationships even after the daughter reaches adulthood and begins having her own offspring. Cousins and aunts contribute to the social fabric of the pride, creating a web of kinship that strengthens cooperation and mutual support. These relationships are reinforced through frequent social interactions. Grooming sessions where lions lick each other's faces and necks, periods of communal rest where pride members lie in physical contact, and coordinated activities like group hunts or territorial patrols. Hunting is perhaps the most visible and dramatic of the lioness's roles. While male lions do occasionally hunt, particularly when they are on or when prey is very large, the lionesses conduct the vast majority of hunts and provide most of the food for the pride. Their hunting strategies are sophisticated and highly cooperative, demonstrating remarkable coordination and communication. A typical hunt begins with one or more lionesses spotting potential prey. Lions are opportunistic hunters, taking whatever prey is available, but they show clear preferences for medium to large-sized ungulates, zebras, wildebeest, buffalo, giraffes, and various species of antelope. The choice of prey depends on what is available in their territory and the size of the hunting party. Larger groups of lionesses can tackle bigger, more dangerous prey like adult buffalo, while smaller groups typically target zebras, wildebeest, or antelope. Once prey is identified, the lionesses begin their approach, using available cover to get as close as possible before launching the attack. Lions are not particularly fast runners by the standards of African predators. They can reach speeds of about 50 to 60 kilometers per hour in short bursts, but they can only maintain this pace for a few hundred meters. This means they must get very close to their prey before attacking, ideally within about 30 meters. The tawny color of their coats blends remarkably well with dry grass and sandy soil, allowing them to approach unseen if they move carefully. The hunting party often spreads out, forming a loose semicircle or line. Some lionesses may circle around to position themselves on the opposite side of the prey from where the attack will be launched. This creates opportunities for ambush. As the prey flees from one lioness, it may run directly toward another waiting in concealment. This requires coordination and spatial awareness, with each lioness understanding not just where the prey is, but where her pride mates are positioned and how the prey is likely to react. The actual attack is explosive. One or more lionesses burst from cover in a sprint, attempting to close the final distance to the prey. They target vulnerable individuals, the young, the old, the sick, or the isolated. If a lioness reaches the prey, she leaps onto its back or flanks, using her weight and momentum to throw it off balance. Her claws dig in for purchase while she attempts to bite the neck or muzzle. The killing bite is typically aimed at the throat, where powerful jaws can close the windpipe and suffocate the animal, or at the back of the neck, where canine teeth can sever the spinal cord. A successful kill can take just a few minutes, though struggling prey may resist for longer. Not all hunts are successful. In fact, lionesses fail more often than they succeed. Studies of hunting success rates show that lions are successful in only about 25 to 30% of their hunts, though success rates vary depending on factors like prey type, hunting group size, habitat, and time of day. Hunts during the darkness of night tend to be more successful than those in daylight, likely because the lion's superior night vision gives them an advantage. Larger hunting parties also tend to have higher success rates, though the benefit plateaus after about 5 or 6 lionesses. Adding more hunters doesn't significantly increase success, but does mean more lions to share the kill. After a successful kill, a complex dynamic unfolds. Although the lionesses did the hunting, the males often assert their right to feed first if they are present. This priority access is not absolute, and lionesses will sometimes resist if the males are too aggressive. But generally, the largest, most dominant individuals feed first. After the males have eaten their fill, the lionesses feed, and finally, the cubs get whatever remains. This hierarchy can have deadly consequences during times of scarcity. When prey is scarce and kills are small, cubs may be left with little or nothing to eat, contributing to the high mortality rates among young lions. Beyond hunting, lionesses play the central role in raising cubs. A lioness typically gives birth to a litter of 1 to 4 cubs after a gestation period of about 110 days. She usually seeks out a secluded den site away from the main pride area, often in thick vegetation, rocky caves, or dense thickets. Here, she gives birth and spends the first few weeks with her vulnerable newborns, nursing them and keeping them hidden from predators and potentially from infanticidal males. Cubs are born blind and helpless, weighing only about 1 to 2 kilograms. Their eyes open after about 1 to 2 weeks, and they begin to move around the den site by 3 weeks of age. During this early period, the mother is extremely attentive, rarely leaving her cubs except to drink water or occasionally to hunt. She moves them frequently to new hiding places, carrying them gently by the scruff of the neck, an instinctive behavior that causes cubs to go limp and quiet, making transport easier. At around 6 to 8 weeks of age, the mother introduces her cubs to the rest of the pride. This is a critical moment, as the cubs' survival now depends not just on their mother, but on the tolerance and acceptance of the other pride members. Fortunately, lionesses are remarkably tolerant of cubs, even those that are not their own offspring. This tolerance extends to nursing. Lionesses will often nurse cubs other than their own, a behavior called allonursing or communal nursing. This communal care is one of the most remarkable aspects of lion society. Often, several lionesses in a pride will give birth at roughly the same time, a phenomenon called birth synchrony. This happens because lionesses often come into estrus, or reproductive readiness, at similar times, particularly after a new coalition of males takes over the pride or after a period when prey is abundant and all the lionesses are in good condition. When multiple lionesses have cubs of similar ages, they form what's called a creche, essentially a communal nursery where cubs are raised together. In these creches, cubs play together, nurse from multiple mothers, and are protected by multiple adults. This communal rearing provides several advantages. First, it allows mothers to take turns nursing and guarding cubs while others hunt or rest. Second, it provides better protection against threats. A group of lionesses can more effectively defend cubs against predators or aggressive males than a single mother could alone. Third, it creates social bonds among the cubs that will last into adulthood, strengthening the cohesion of the pride. However, communal nursing is not entirely egalitarian. Research has shown that lionesses show preferences, nursing their own offspring more frequently and for longer durations than they nurse the offspring of other females. This preferential treatment makes evolutionary sense, as a lioness's primary genetic interest is in the survival of her own young. However, lionesses with fewer or only one cub tend to be less discriminating, possibly because they produce more milk than their single cub can consume, or because contributing to the survival of nieces and nephews who share some of the lioness's genes provides indirect evolutionary benefits. Lionesses also play a crucial role in defending territory. While males are the primary defenders against other males, lionesses actively defend their territory against intrusions by females from other prides. These encounters can be aggressive, with roaring, charging, and sometimes fighting. Territorial defense is crucial because it ensures the pride maintains access to prey, water, and den sites. Lionesses patrol the territory boundaries, scent mark by rubbing scent glands against vegetations and urinating on prominent features, and respond aggressively to the roars of neighboring prides. The life of a lioness is not easy. She must hunt regularly to feed herself, her cubs, and the males in the pride. She faces risks during every hunt, from injuries caused by prey to competition with other predators like hyenas and leopards. We must protect her cubs from numerous threats while simultaneously contributing to the group's food supply. She navigates complex social relationships, maintaining bonds with female relatives, while tolerating or competing with pride mates for resources. And if the resident males are overthrown and new males take over the pride, she may lose her youngest cubs to infanticide, a brutal but evolutionarily logical behavior that we will explore more deeply in the next section. Despite these challenges, lionesses are the true rulers of the pride in many ways. They are the providers, the mothers, the defenders, and the stable core. Males come and go, holding tenure for only a few years before being deposed by younger rivals. But the lineage of lionesses continues, generation after generation, in the same territory, creating a continuity that stretches back through centuries. To truly understand lions, one must understand and appreciate these remarkable females who embody strength, cooperation, and resilience. Male lions, warriors, wanderers, and kings. Male lions have captured the human imagination perhaps more than any other animal. The image of a large male with a magnificent dark mane, surveying his domain from atop a rocky outcrop, has become synonymous with power, nobility, and wild majesty. Yet the reality of male lion lives is far more complex, challenging, and often tragic than this romanticized image suggests. A male lion's life begins much like his sister, born into a pride and protected by his mother and the other lionesses. He plays with his siblings, learns from watching adults, and enjoys the relative security of the pride structure. But this comfortable existence is temporary. As he approaches sexual maturity, typically around 2 to 3 years of age, his relationship with the pride begins to change. The resident adult males become less tolerant of his presence, seeing him as potential future competition. His behavior also changes, becoming more challenging and assertive as testosterone surges through his developing body. Eventually, young males leave or are driven from their natal pride. This departure is one of the most perilous transitions in a lion's life. Suddenly, these inexperienced young males are on their own, without the protection and hunting support of the pride. They become nomads, wanderers without territory or reliable food sources. Often, brothers or cousins leave together, forming coalitions that will, if they survive, remain together for the rest of their lives. These bonds between coalition partners are forged in hardship, strengthened through shared struggles to find food, avoid hostile resident males, and eventually claim a pride of their own. The nomadic period can last for years, from the time a male leaves his natal pride until he successfully takes over a new pride, an average of about 4 to 5 years. During this time, nomadic males live a precarious existence. They must hunt for themselves, a difficult task since they lack the experience and coordination that makes pride hunting so effective. Young nomadic males often scavenge, stealing kills from smaller predators, or they focus on smaller, easier prey. Their inexperience and the challenges of solo hunting mean many nomadic males are often in poor condition, thin and scarred from failed hunting attempts and encounters with other predators. Nomadic males also face constant danger from resident males in established territories. If discovered in another pride's territory, nomadic males will be attacked and driven off, sometimes suffering serious injuries or even death. They learn to be cautious, moving primarily at night, avoiding areas where resident males are likely to be, and always staying alert for signs of other lions. This stressful existence takes a toll. Many young males do not survive the nomadic period, succumbing to starvation, injuries, or disease. Those who do survive gradually grow larger, stronger, and more experienced. By the age of 5 or 6, a coalition of males may be ready to challenge for a pride. They begin to patrol the edges of established territories, testing the responses of resident males, looking for signs of weakness or opportunity. When they identify a suitable target, a pride held by aging or injured males or by a very small coalition, they make their move. The takeover battle is a violent and often bloody affair. Resident males have everything to lose: their territory, their access to females, and their genetic legacy. They will fight ferociously to maintain their position. Challenging males, hungry for the resources and mating opportunities that come with pride ownership, attack with desperate determination. These battles involve roaring, charging, grappling, biting, and clawing. Males use their size and strength to throw opponents off balance, their powerful jaws to grip and shake, and their large canine teeth to inflict deep puncture wounds. The loose skin around their necks and shoulders, and the protection provided by manes, help reduce the severity of injuries, but serious wounds are common. The outcome of these battles depends on multiple factors: the size and composition of the rival coalitions, the ages and conditions of the individual males, previous injuries, and sometimes simply luck. Larger coalitions have a significant advantage. A coalition of 3 or 4 males can usually defeat a coalition of 1 or 2. However, larger coalitions also face their own challenges, particularly in sharing mating opportunities and maintaining internal harmony. If the challenging coalition wins, the defeated males are driven from the territory. They may die of their wounds, or they may resume the nomadic life they thought they had left behind, now older and with fewer prospects for finding another pride. For the victors, the rewards are substantial. Control of a territory with regular access to food and water, and, most importantly, access to the pride's females. However, the victorious males face an immediate problem. The pride likely contains cubs sired by the previous males, cubs that range in age from newborns to adolescents. From an evolutionary perspective, these cubs represent an obstacle to the new male's reproductive success. Lionesses that are nursing and caring for young cubs will not come into estrus and will not be receptive to mating for many months, sometimes over a year. The new males have secured the pride at great risk and effort, but their tenure will be limited, perhaps only 2 to 4 years before they, in turn, are overthrown by younger, stronger challengers. They cannot afford to wait while lionesses raise another male's offspring. The solution, brutal but evolutionarily logical, is infanticide. The new males systematically seek out and kill the existing cubs. This behavior may seem shocking, even cruel, but it is a direct product of natural selection. Males who commit infanticide bring the lionesses back into reproductive readiness within weeks instead of months, allowing the new males to sire their own cubs and pass on their genes. Males who did not commit infanticide would have less reproductive success, and their genetic lineage would not persist. Thus, natural selection has shaped male behavior to include this violent act. Infanticide accounts for approximately a quarter of all cub deaths. Lionesses are not passive victims of this behavior. They attempt to protect their cubs, sometimes forming defensive groups to keep the new males at bay, hiding cubs, or even fighting against the males, though a lioness is no match for a much larger, stronger male in direct combat. Cubs that are old enough and fast enough may flee and become nomadic juveniles, a difficult existence but preferable to certain death. However, the majority of young cubs are killed in the days and weeks following a pride takeover. Once the infanticide is complete and the lionesses return to estrus, the new males mate with them. Mating in lions is frequent and intense. When a lioness is in estrus, which lasts about 4 days, she may mate every 15 to 20 minutes, day and hormez, night, with the dominant males taking turns. This high frequency of mating increases the chances of conception and may also serve to stimulate ovulation in the female. After conception, the lioness will give birth about 3.5 months later to the new male's cubs that carry the genes of the victorious coalition. These cubs represent the male's genetic investment, and they will be protected by their fathers from outside threats. The resident males patrol the territory boundaries, scent, mark aggressively, and roar frequently to advertise their presence and deter rivals. They respond aggressively to the roars of neighboring males and will chase away any intruding males they encounter. This protection is crucial. Male lions that successfully defend their pride from takeovers for several years give their cubs the time needed to reach independence. Males whose tenures are cut short, either through death or being driven off, lose their genetic investment. The cubs they sired may be killed by the new males, erasing their genetic legacy. Thus, males are under strong selective pressure to defend their prides effectively. Despite the stereotype of lazy males lounging while females do all the work, male lions do contribute to the pride's survival, though in different ways than lionesses. They do occasionally hunt, particularly when prey is large and dangerous, like adult buffalo. Male lions have been observed using their size and strength to subdue large prey in ways that lionesses cannot, essentially using ambush tactics to overpower prey through brute force rather than speed and coordination. They also provide crucial protection against threats, particularly against hyena clans, which can be dangerous to cubs and even to lionesses in large numbers. The presence of adult males makes hyenas much more cautious about approaching pride members or steal kills. Male lions also play a role in cub socialization. While they do not provide direct care like nursing, males are generally tolerant of cubs, allowing them to play nearby, crawl over them while they rest, and even steal small portions of food during feeding. This tolerance, combined with the protection males provide, contributes to cub survival. However, the life of a male lion is rarely long or easy. The physical demands of maintaining and defending a territory, combined with the injuries sustained in fights, take a toll. The average tenure for a male coalition holding a pride is only about 2 to 4 years. Some coalitions hold territories for longer, particularly large coalitions of 4 or more males that can successfully repel challengers. But eventually, age catches up. Males slow down, injuries accumulate, manes may thin, and younger, stronger challengers sense weakness. When males are finally overthrown, their fate is grim. They are driven from the territory they fought so hard to win, resuming the nomadic life but now older, often injured, and with fewer prospects. Some live for a home while on the fringes of territories, scavenging and taking small prey. Others die of starvation or are killed in subsequent fights. Very few males live to old age, while lionesses in a stable pride can live to 15 or even occasionally 18 years. Males rarely survive past 12 years, and many die much younger. The life of a male lion is thus a story of extremes. The protection and abundance of cubhood, the desperate struggles of the nomadic years, the brief glory of pride ownership, and the often tragic decline that follows. These magnificent animals, with their impressive manes and powerful roars, live lives that are challenging, competitive, and ultimately quite short. Understanding the male lion's life cycle helps explain behaviors that might otherwise seem cruel or senseless. From infanticide to intense male-male competition to the brief tenure of pride ownership. Every aspect of male behavior reflects the evolutionary pressures that have shaped them over millions of years. Cubs, birth, growth, and the struggle to survive. The life of a lion cub begins in secrecy. When a lioness is ready to give birth, she leaves the pride and seeks out a hidden den site, a place of safety and seclusion where she can bring her vulnerable young into the world. This den might be a dense thicket of vegetation, a rocky cave or crevice, a hollow beneath a fallen tree, or simply a secluded spot in tall grass, far from where the pride usually rests. The location must provide shelter from the elements, concealment from predators, and isolation from other pride members, including the males. Cubs are caught tiny, blind, and almost completely helpless, weighing only about 1 to 2 kilograms, roughly the size of a large house cat. Their eyes are sealed shut at birth and will not open for about 7 to 15 days. Their ears are folded against their heads and they can barely crawl. They are covered in soft, spotted fur, the spots more distinct than they will be in adulthood, a remnant pattern from their evolutionary ancestors. In their first days of life, cubs can do little more than nurse and sleep, completely dependent on their mother for warmth, nutrition, and protection. The lioness is attentive and devoted during these early weeks. She spends almost all her time with her cubs, leaving only when absolutely necessary to drink water, or occasionally to make a quick hunt. She nurses them frequently, her milk rich with the fats and proteins they need to grow. She keeps them warm, curling her body around them when they sleep. She grooms them constantly, licking their fur to keep them clean and stimulating their digestive and urinary systems, which are not yet fully functional without her help. But even with her constant care, this is the most dangerous period in a cub's life. The helplessness of newborn cubs makes them vulnerable to numerous threats. Other predators, leopards, hyenas, wild dogs, and even large snakes or birds of prey would readily kill and eat undefended cubs. The lioness must be constantly vigilant, and if she senses danger, she will move her cubs to a new hiding place, carrying them one by one in her mouth by the scruff of their necks, a behavior that triggers an instinctive stillness response in the cubs, making them easier to transport. One of the most significant threats comes from within the lion population itself. The new coalition of males takes over the pride while cubs are very young. Those cubs are at extreme risk of infanticide. The lioness will attempt to hide her cubs from the new males, but if discovered, she has little chance of defending them successfully. This threat is one reason why lionesses seek such seclusion when giving birth, and why they delay introducing cubs to the pride. The mother's own physical condition also affects cub survival. If she is malnourished, injured, or sick, she may not produce enough milk, may abandon her cubs, or may die, leaving them to starve. In times of drought, when prey is scarce, many lionesses lose their cubs simply because they cannot hunt successfully while nursing and guarding helpless infants. After about 6 to 8 weeks, if the cubs have survived the vulnerable newborn period, the mother begins the process of introducing them to the pride. This is a gradual process. She may initially bring them to the pride's resting area when most members are present, allowing the cubs to meet their relatives in a controlled setting. Adult lionesses typically respond to new cubs with curiosity and tolerance, approaching to sniff them and sometimes even grooming them. The cubs, in turn, gradually learn to recognize and bond with their extended family. This introduction to pride life is transformational. Instead of having only their mother, cubs now have access to multiple adults who will tolerate them, protect them, and even nurse them. The formation of creches, nursery groups of similarly aged cubs being raised communally, provides cubs with playmates and with the security of group care. Multiple mothers means multiple defenders against threats and more opportunities for nursing, increasing survival chances significantly. As cubs grow, they become more active and more curious. By 3 months of age, they are mobile, following their mother and the pride as it moves through the territory. They begin to eat meat at around 2 to 3 months, though they continue nursing until they are 6 to 8 months old, sometimes longer. Their teeth are emerging, a painful process that can weaken cubs and increase vulnerability to illness. Their spotted coats begin to fade gradually, with adult coloration emerging over their first year. Play behavior dominates cub life between nursing, eating, and sleeping. Cubs play constantly, wrestling with siblings and cousins, stalking and pouncing on each other, chasing anything that moves, from birds to insects to blowing leaves. This play is not mere entertainment. It serves critical developmental functions, building strength and coordination, teaching hunting skills, establishing social bonds, and helping cubs learn their places in the pride hierarchy. Play fighting teaches cubs how to use their claws and teeth, how to balance and pivot, how to read body language and respond to social cues. Cubs also learn by watching adults. They observe hunts, even when they are too young to participate, learning the techniques and strategies they will need as adults. They watch social interactions, learning who is dominant, how conflicts are resolved, and how pride members communicate through vocalizations, facial expressions, and body postures. This observational learning is crucial. Cubs born in captivity who have not had the opportunity to watch and learn from experienced hunters often struggle to hunt effectively if released into the wild. Despite the protection of the pride, cub mortality remains very high. Studies across different lion populations consistently show that 70 to 80% of cubs die before reaching 2 years of age. The causes are numerous. Infanticide by new males accounts for about 25% of cub deaths. Starvation is another major cause, especially during droughts or when prey is scarce. Cubs are at the bottom of the feeding hierarchy at kills, and if there is not enough food, they simply do not eat. A mother will not slow down for a cub older than about 5 to 7 months that cannot keep up with the pride's movements, and once left behind, a cub has little chance of survival. Predation by other carnivores is also a significant threat. Hyenas, leopards, and even large crocodiles will kill lion cubs if given the opportunity. Disease takes a toll as well, with cubs vulnerable to various infections, parasitic infestations, and injuries that become infected. Buffalo and other large prey animals have been known to kill cubs during hunts when the cubs get too close. And sometimes cubs die from abandonment. A mother absorbed in some activity may simply forget about her cubs for long enough that they perish from exposure or starvation. For those cubs that survive the first 2 years, prospects improve dramatically. By 2 years of age, young lions are large enough to be less vulnerable to predators and more capable of getting their share of food at kills. However, adolescence brings new challenges. Female cubs that are approaching sexual maturity are generally accepted into the pride as adults, inheriting the territory and social position of their mothers. Male cubs, as discussed earlier, face a different fate. At around 2 to 3 years of age, young males become increasingly unwelcome in the pride. The resident adult males become aggressive toward them, seeing them as future competitors. The young male's behavior also changes, becoming more assertive and challenging. Eventually, they leave, either voluntarily or because they are forcibly driven out. This departure marks the beginning of the dangerous, nomadic phase, but it is also necessary for genetic health, preventing inbreeding and ensuring that males seek mating opportunities in prides other than the ones they were born into. For female cubs that survive to adulthood, life settles into the patterns of pride life. Hunting, rearing their own cubs, defending territory, and maintaining the social bonds that are the foundation of lion society. These young females may live 15 years or more, raising multiple litters and seeing their own daughters become mothers, perpetuating the matrilineal line. The story of a lion cub is thus a story of incredible vulnerability overcome through maternal devotion, communal care, and sheer chance. Most cubs do not survive, but those that do inherit a complex social system that has evolved over millions of years to give them the best possible chance in a harsh and unforgiving environment. The play of cubs, which seems so carefree and joyful, is actually preparation for a life of hunting, fighting, and surviving in one of nature's most demanding niches. Every adult lion is a survivor, having overcome odds that claimed the vast majority of their siblings and cousins. Understanding the challenges of cubhood helps us appreciate just how remarkable it is that any lions survive to carry on the lineage. Hunting and feeding, the pursuit of prey. In the golden light of late afternoon, as shadows begin to stretch across the savanna and the heat of the day gradually releases its grip, a lioness rises from her resting spot and stretches, her muscles rippling beneath her tawny coat. Other lionesses in her pride stir as well, responding to some unspoken signal. Cubs are left in the care of 1 or 2 adults who remain behind. The hunting party, perhaps 4 or 5 experienced females, begins to move purposefully across the landscape, eyes scanning, ears alert, noses testing the wind for the scent of prey. The hunt is beginning. Lions are carnivores, obligate meat eaters whose entire physiology is designed for hunting and consuming other animals. Unlike omnivores that can supplement their diet with plant matter, lions must have meat to survive. Their digestive systems are short and simple, designed to extract nutrients from protein-rich flesh but incapable of breaking down cellulose and other plant materials. Their teeth are specialized for cutting and tearing rather than grinding. Every aspect of their being is oriented toward the capture and consumption of prey. The prey species available to lions vary depending on their habitat, but across their range, certain animals are particularly important. In the African savannas, the dominant prey species are large ungulates, wildebeest, zebras, buffalo, and various species of antelope including impala, kudu, and hartebeest. Giraffes, despite their size and powerful kicks, are sometimes taken, particularly younger individuals. Warthogs, young elephants separated from their herds, and even hippos outside the water can fall prey to lions. Opportunistic hunters, Lions will also take smaller prey when available, from hares to birds. Though these provide less nutrition and require almost as much energy to hunt as larger prey. The choice of prey for any given hunt depends on several factors. What animals are present in the area? What is the size and composition of the hunting party? What is the habitat like? Have the lions eaten recently, or are they desperate with hunger? Larger prey provide more food but are more dangerous and harder to subdue. A lone lioness might target an impala or warthog, animals she can handle alone. A group of lionesses working together might target a zebra or wildebeest. A full pride, including strong males, might attempt to bring down an adult buffalo, one of the most dangerous prey animals on the continent. The hunt typically begins with the search and stalk phase. Lions move through their territory, using topography, vegetation, and their keen senses to locate potential prey. Their excellent hearing allows them to detect the calls of prey animals from considerable distances. Their sense of smell, while not as acute as that of some other predators, can still detect herds of animals, particularly if upwind. But primarily, they rely on vision, their large eyes scanning the landscape for movement or for the shapes of prey animals against the grass. Once prey is spotted, the approach begins. This is where lions' camouflage comes into play. Their tawny coats blend remarkably well with dry grass, sandy soil, and the golden colors of the savanna. They move low to the ground, bellies almost touching the earth, using every slight rise, every bush, every termite mound as cover. They move slowly, freezing when prey animals look in their direction, creeping forward when the animals resume grazing or moving. Patience is crucial. A rushed approach will alert the prey and cause it to flee before the lions are close enough to have any chance of success. As the hunting party approaches, they often spread out, forming a loose semicircle or line. This formation serves multiple purposes. It increases the area covered, making it harder for prey to escape without running toward at least one lioness. It allows for coordinated attacks from multiple directions, dividing the prey's attention and creating confusion. Some lionesses may circle to get downwind of the prey, or to position themselves on the opposite side, ready to intercept fleeing animals. This coordination does not require complex communication during the hunt itself. Rather, it emerges from experience, familiarity among pride members, and perhaps some simple visual cues like the direction of another lioness's gaze or body orientation. The attack is launched when the hunting party is as close as they can get, ideally within about 30 meters of the prey. This is triggered by various factors: the prey becoming alert, the terrain no longer offering cover, or simply one lioness deciding the moment is right and breaking into a sprint. Once one lioness attacks, others follow instantly. The lionesses explode from concealment in powerful bursts of acceleration, covering ground in long, bounding strides. They are targeting a specific individual, usually one that appears vulnerable, a young animal, an injured or sick individual, or one that is isolated from the group. Prey animals react instantly, often before the attack is even fully launched. Zebras and wildebeest are constantly vigilant, scanning for predators even while grazing, and they respond to the slightest hint of danger. When a lion charges, prey erupts into flight. Dozens or hundreds of animals scattering in all directions. This is where the strategy of spreading out pays dividends. Some prey animals, in their panic to escape the lioness in front of them, run directly toward another lioness lying in wait. The fleeing animal must make split-second decisions about direction while running at full speed, and sometimes those decisions send them straight into danger. If a lioness gets close enough to the targeted prey, she launches herself at it, using her powerful hindquarters to propel her body through the air. She aims for the animal's back or flanks, attempting to use her weight and momentum to bring it down. Her claws extend fully, hooking into the prey's hide for purchase. She may grab onto the hindquarters, attempting to trip and drag the animal down. Or she may reach for the neck or head, trying to get a killing grip. The ideal killing bite is to the throat, where the lioness can clamp her powerful jaws around the windpipe and suffocate the prey. She bites down and holds on, using her weight to pin the struggling animal while her jaws compress the throat, cutting off airflow. The prey's struggles gradually weaken as oxygen deprivation takes effect. This can take several minutes, during which the lioness must maintain her grip despite the prey's attempts to shake her off. Alternatively, a bite to the back of the neck, if powerful enough and placed precisely, can sever the spinal cord, causing instant collapse and death. Larger, more dangerous prey requires different tactics. Buffalo, which can weigh over 700 kilograms and possess formidable horns and incredible strength, are among the most dangerous animals lions hunt. A full-grown buffalo is more than a match for any lion in direct combat, and can easily kill a lioness with a thrust of its horns or a crushing stomp of its hooves. When hunting buffalo, lions must coordinate carefully, with multiple lionesses attacking simultaneously to overwhelm the animal's defenses. Some may attack from the rear, hamstringing the buffalo or biting at its hindquarters, while others go for the more dangerous front, attempting to get a grip on the nose or throat. Males, with their greater size and strength, are particularly valuable in these dangerous hunts, able to grapple with buffalo in the ways that lionesses cannot. Even with coordination and multiple attackers, buffalo hunts are risky. Lions are frequently injured, sometimes fatally, when kicks land with crushing force. Horns gouge deep wounds, or a buffalo manages to throw off or trample an attacking lion. The pride must weigh the potential food reward against these risks. Often, when buffalo are part of a large herd with many adults present, lions will not attempt to hunt, judging the risks too high. They wait for opportunities. An isolated individual, a young calf separated from its mother, or an old or sick animal that cannot keep up with the herd. Hunting success varies considerably. As mentioned earlier, studies show success rates of about 25 to 30% on average, but this varies widely. Hunts at night are more successful than those during the day, probably because lions' superior night vision gives them a significant advantage, and prey animals are often less vigilant after dark. Hunts targeting smaller, more vulnerable prey have higher success rates than those targeting large, dangerous animals. Coordinated group hunts are generally more successful than solitary attempts. And experience matters. Older, more experienced lionesses tend to be more successful than younger, inexperienced hunters. Failed hunts are common and can be frustrating for the observer or for the hungry lions. The prey may detect the lions too early and flee before they can close the distance. The terrain may not provide enough cover for an effective approach. The targeted individual may be faster or more agile than expected, evading attacks. Sometimes the hunt simply comes down to chance. A stumble, a fortuitous turn, or an obstacle can mean the difference between a successful kill and empty bellies. After a failed hunt, lions often rest and recover before attempting another hunt, though if they are very hungry, they may try again almost immediately. Once a kill is made, feeding becomes the priority, but it also becomes competitive. The first lions to feed are usually the lionesses who made the kill, but if adult males are present, they often displace the females, asserting their size and strength to claim the choicest portions. This hierarchy, as discussed earlier, means that males eat first, then lionesses, and finally cubs. During feeding, there is often a chaotic scene of growling, snarling, and jockeying for position. Lions do not cooperate during feeding as they do during hunting. Each individual tries to consume as much as possible as quickly as possible, tearing off chunks of meat and swallowing them with minimal chewing. An adult lion can consume an enormous amount of meat in a single feeding session, up to 15% of their body weight, which translates to 30 or more kilograms for a large male. This gorging behavior makes sense in an environment where the next meal is uncertain. By consuming as much as possible when food is available, lions can sustain themselves during lean periods. After a large meal, lions may not need to hunt again for several days, spending the intervening time resting and digesting. Not all of a kill is consumed by the pride. Scavengers gather around every lion kill, waiting for opportunities to steal food. Hyenas are the most significant competitors, and interactions between lions and hyenas are often tense. A clan of hyenas can drive lions from a kill if they outnumber the lions significantly, and lions will sometimes lose their hard-won prey to these persistent scavengers. Conversely, lions often steal kills from hyenas, using their size and strength to displace smaller groups of hyenas. Vultures circle overhead and descend as soon as lions move away, stripping carcasses to bones with remarkable efficiency. Jackals dart in to snatch small pieces. Even smaller scavengers like marabou storks and various beetles and invertebrates clean up the remains. A large kill can support an entire temporary ecosystem of scavengers. Lions themselves are also scavengers when opportunities arise. If they encounter a carcass, whether from an animal that died of disease, was killed by another predator, or died of other causes, lions will often feed on it. They are not proud hunters who will only eat what they kill. Meat is meat, and survival in the African bush requires taking advantage of every opportunity. Studies have shown that a significant portion of lion diet, sometimes up to 15% or more, comes from scavenging rather than hunting. This pragmatic approach to feeding is part of what makes lions successful predators in variable environments where prey availability fluctuates. The cycle of hunting and feeding is the rhythm that drives pride life. Hungry lions must hunt. Successful hunts mean full bellies and several days of rest. Failed hunts mean continued hunger and increased urgency for the next attempt. This cycle affects every aspect of lion behavior, from social interactions to reproductive success to territory defense. Understanding hunting is essential to understanding lions, for these magnificent predators are, at their core, specialized hunters shaped by millions of years of evolution to pursue, capture, and consume the fleet-footed prey of the African plains, communication, and behavior. The language of lions. Lions may not have human language, but they possess a rich and complex system of communications that allows them to coordinate activities, maintain social bonds, establish territories, and convey information about their emotional states and intentions. This communication system involves vocalizations, scent marking, visual signals, and tactile interactions. Understanding how lions communicate provides insight into their social complexity and intelligence. The most famous lion vocalization is undoubtedly the roar. A male lion's roar is one of the most powerful sounds produced by any land animal. Capable of reaching 114 decibels and being audible over 8 kilometers across open savanna. The roar is a deep, resonant sound that begins with a series of deep moans that build in intensity, climaxing in a series of full-throated roars that can last for up to 90 seconds. The sound is produced by air being forced through the larynx, causing vibrations in the vocal folds and the partially cartilaginous hyoid apparatus. Roaring serves multiple crucial functions. It is primarily a long-distance communication tool. Resident males roar to advertise their presence and claim to a territory, warning other males to stay away. These territorial advertisements are often most frequent at night and in the early morning, when sound carries well and when nomadic males are most likely to be moving through areas looking for opportunities. Pride members also roar to locate each other when separated. In the vast landscapes lions inhabit, where pride members may be spread out across many square kilometers, a roar can help coordinate movements and reunite separated individuals. Lionesses roar as well, though less frequently than males. Female roars serve to warn rival prides about territorial boundaries, to call to pride members, and sometimes to coordinate hunts or other activities. Research has shown that lions can distinguish between the roars of pride members and strangers, responding much more aggressively to unfamiliar roars than to the vocalizations of known neighbors. They can also estimate the number of individuals roaring and will make decisions about whether to approach or retreat based on whether they outnumber the rival group. Beyond roaring, lions produce a variety of other vocalizations. Grunts are common short-range vocalizations used during social interactions. Lions grunt when greeting each other, when moving through vegetation where visual contact is limited, when settling down to rest in contact with pride members, and when coordinating movements. These grunts help maintain contact and reinforce social bonds. They vary in intensity and pattern depending on the context and the relationship between the individuals. Snarls and growls express aggression or discomfort. These sounds are often heard during feeding, when lions compete for access to a carcass and during conflicts over resting spots or other resources. A warning snarl, with lips pulled back to expose teeth, is often enough to make a subordinate individual back down without actual combat. Cubs produce high-pitched mewing sounds when calling for their mothers, sounds that become lower and less frequent as they age. Hums and huffs are quieter vocalizations used in various contexts, from content lions resting together to lionesses communicating with cubs. Scent communication is equally important in lion society, though less obvious to human observers. Lions have multiple sources of scent signals. Urine is perhaps the most important. Both males and females engage in scent marking by urinating on prominent features in their territory: bushes, trees, rocks, and termite mounds. Males often spray urine backward in a forceful stream, sometimes while grimacing in the phleomene response. This behavior deposits scent at nose height, where it is easily detected by passing lions. These scent marks convey information about the identity, sex, reproductive status, and recent presence of the marking individual. Fresh marks tell passing lions that the area is actively defended, while old, faded marks might indicate an opportunity. Lions also possess scent glands on their faces, particularly around the chin and cheeks and on their paws. When lions rub their faces against each other during greetings, they are exchanging scent, reinforcing social bonds and creating a shared pride scent. Rubbing against vegetation also deposits scent from facial glands, marking the area. Scratching trees and the ground with their claws, behavior often seen after resting or before moving off, serves both to sharpen claws and to deposit scent from interdigital glands between their toes. Visual communication is rich and varied. Lions have expressive faces and use their facial features to convey information. The position of the ears is particularly important. Forward-facing ears indicate alertness and interest. Flattened ears signal fear, submission, or aggression, depending on the context and the position of other body parts. The eyes are also expressive. Direct stares are challenges or threats, while looking away signals submission or lack of aggressive intent. The mouth is used in displays as well. A snarl, showing the teeth, is a clear threat. A relaxed, slightly open mouth indicates a calm state. Body posture conveys a wealth of information. A lion standing tall with head raised and tail up is confident and possibly aggressive. A crouched posture with head low may indicate submission or a playful intent, depending on the context. During confrontations, a lion may arch its back, fluff up its mane if male, and walk stiffly on straightened legs to appear as large and intimidating as possible. Rolling over to expose the belly is typically a sign of trust and submission, though in play contexts, cubs and adolescents use this position to wrestle with all four paws at once. The tail is a surprisingly expressive appendage. A gently swaying tail often indicates contentment or mild interest. A tail held high while walking is a confident posture. A tail lashing back and forth aggressively signals irritation or anger, often seen before an aggressive interaction. Cubs follow their mother by watching the dark tuft at the end of her tail, which stands out as a visual marker in tall grass. tactile communication reinforces social bonds in ways that are quieter but no less important than vocalizations or scent marking. Social grooming, where lions lick each other's faces, necks, and shoulders, is common among pride members. This allo-grooming serves practical functions, removing parasites and dirt from areas that individuals cannot easily reach themselves. But it also serves a social function, reducing tensions, reinforcing bonds, and maintaining the complex web of relationships within the pride. Lions often groom partners who have groomed them, a kind of reciprocal exchange that strengthens social ties. Physical contact during rest is also important. Lions often sleep in contact with pride members, lying against each other or with paws draped over companions. This contact may provide warmth during cool nights, but it also seems to serve a social bonding function. Lions that spend more time in physical contact tend to have stronger social bonds and cooperate more effectively in hunts and other activities. Cubs, in particular, spend much of their resting time piled together or draped over adult lions, reinforcing their place within the pride's social structure. Play, particularly among cubs and adolescents, is a form of communication and learning. Play fighting teaches combat skills and establishes early social relationships. Chasing games develop hunting skills. Play with objects, from sticks to bones to anything that moves, develops coordination and predatory behaviors. Adult lions sometimes play as well, particularly younger adults, engaging in brief, often gentle wrestling or chasing that seems to serve primarily as social reinforcement and tension release. All of these communication methods work together to create a rich information environment. A lioness hearing her pride's roar can determine roughly how far away they are and whether they are in distress, excited, or simply maintaining contact. A male encountering scent marks can assess whether the territory is held by a strong coalition or by weaker, older males, and can make informed decisions about whether to challenge or avoid. Cubs learn to read the body language and vocalizations of adults, understanding when it is safe to approach and when they should stay back. Coalition partners coordinate their movements through a combination of visual signals, grunts, and familiarity with each other's behaviors. This complex communication system is necessary for lions' social lifestyle. Unlike solitary predators that interact primarily during mating, lions must navigate complex, long-term relationships with multiple individuals, coordinate activities across time and space, defend resources collectively, and raise young communally. The sophistication of their communication reflects the sophistication of their social structure. Every grunt, every scent mark, every head rub carries information, maintaining the social fabric that makes lions unique among all the world's great cats. Territory and home range. The lion's domain. Every pride of lions occupies a defined area of land, a territory that provides the resources they need to survive. Prey animals, water sources, resting sites, and denning areas for raising cubs. Understanding territoriality in lions requires understanding both the practical need for resources and the social dynamics of defending those resources against rivals. Territory size varies enormously depending on environmental conditions, particularly the density and distribution of prey. In prey-rich environments like Tanzania's Ngorongoro Crater or South Africa's Kruger National Park, where prey animals are abundant and water is relatively reliable, lion territories can be quite small, perhaps 20 to 40 square kilometers. The rich resources allow a pride to meet all its needs within a relatively compact area. At the other extreme, in arid regions like Namibia's desert-adapted lion populations, or Kenya's Tsavo, where prey is sparse and water sources are few and widely scattered, territories can be enormous, stretching over several hundred or even over 1,000 square kilometers. The shape of territories is influenced by topography and the distribution of resources. Territories are not perfect circles but irregular shapes that encompass key features. Water holes that remain active even during dry seasons, river courses where prey animals congregate, rocky outcrops that provide lookout points and den sites, areas of particularly good grazing that attract herbivore herds. Prides learn their territories intimately, knowing every water source, every good ambush site, every place where prey is likely to be found. This knowledge is passed down through generations of lionesses. Establishing and maintaining a territory requires active defense. Male lions are primarily responsible for defending territories against rival males, though lionesses also participate in territorial defense, particularly against females from neighboring prides. Territory defense is energetically expensive and potentially dangerous, but it is essential for reproductive success. A pride that cannot maintain its territory will lose access to resources and will likely suffer reduced survival and reproduction. Territory boundaries are marked in several ways. Scent marking, as discussed earlier, is crucial. Males in particular patrol territory boundaries regularly, spraying urine on prominent features every few hundred meters. These scent marks act as keep-out signs, informing any lions passing through that the area is claimed and defended. The frequency and freshness of scent marks communicate information about the vigilance and strength of the residents. Roaring is another important boundary maintenance behavior. Resident males roar frequently, particularly at night and early morning, broadcasting their presence across their territory and beyond. These roars serve as auditory boundary markers, warning rival males that the area is occupied. The deep, powerful roars of multiple males roaring in chorus are particularly effective at conveying strength and deterring challenges. Direct defense involves confronting intruders. When a pride detects the presence of strange lions in their territory, they respond aggressively. If the intruders are males, and the pride has strong resident males, those males will track and confront the intruders, often resulting in violent confrontations. If the intruders are females from a neighboring pride, the resident lionesses will respond, though confrontations between female groups are typically less violent than male conflicts, often ending when one group retreats without serious fighting. Interestingly, research has shown that lions can assess numerical odds. When lions hear roars from a group of unfamiliar individuals, they can estimate roughly how many individuals are roaring. If the pride outnumbers the intruders, they will often approach aggressively to drive them off. If the intruders outnumber the pride, the residents will typically retreat or hide, avoiding a confrontation they are likely to lose. This ability to count, at least roughly, demonstrates a level of cognitive sophistication that helps lions avoid fatal miscalculations. Territory boundaries are not absolute lines, but rather zones of overlap and ambiguity. Neighboring prides often have areas of their ranges that overlap, particularly around the peripheries. These buffer zones are used by both prides, but are typically used at different times, with each pride avoiding direct contact with the other. The core areas of territories, especially around prime resources like permanent water sources, are defended most aggressively. Peripheral areas may be used more flexibly, with boundaries shifting over time based on pride sizes, resource distribution, and the strength of rival groups. Territory tenure, particularly for males, is limited. As discussed earlier, male coalitions typically hold a territory for only a few years before being overthrown. This creates a dynamic situation where territories change hands periodically. When new males take over a pride, they inherit the territory, and their primary task is to defend it against other males seeking to do the same to them. Lionesses, with their lifetime residency, provide continuity. The physical territory may change hands among male coalitions multiple times over the span of a single lioness's life, but she and her female relatives remain, their knowledge of the land and its resources persisting across generations. Territories face challenges beyond rivalry with other lions. Human activities increasingly impinge on lion territories. Livestock, grazing on land that was once wildlife habitat, brings lions into conflict with herders. Agricultural expansion fragments territories, making some areas inaccessible or unsuitable. Roads and fences created by human development can bisect territories, restricting lion movements and sometimes isolating populations. Protected areas like national parks and reserves often maintain suitable lion habitat, but even there, boundaries are increasingly hard-edged, preventing lions from following prey migrations as they once did. Within their territories, prides do not use all areas equally. Certain areas are preferred for resting, typically places with good shade, views of the surrounding landscape, and relative peace from insects and disturbances. Other areas are used primarily for hunting, particularly places where prey congregates or where ambush opportunities are good. Water sources are visited regularly, especially during dry seasons when water is scarce. Den sites, used when cubs are very young, are scattered throughout the territory in secluded, protected locations. The movements of a pride through its territory follow patterns shaped by prey movements, weather, and social factors. During the wet season, when prey is dispersed and water is available everywhere, prides may range widely, using all parts of their territory. During the dry season, movements become more constrained, focused around the remaining water sources where prey must come to drink. These seasonal patterns have been part of lion ecology for millennia, shaping not just lion behavior, but also their interactions with prey populations and other predators. Understanding territory and home range is essential for lion conservation. Protecting lions requires protecting not just individual animals, but the territories they need to survive. This means ensuring that adequate habitat remains, that prey populations are healthy, that human-lion conflicts are managed, and that corridors exist between protected areas, allowing genetic exchange and movement. The territory is not just the stage on which lion dramas play out, it is an essential component of what makes a viable lion population. Without adequate territories providing the resources prides need, no amount of protection for individual lions can ensure their long-term survival. Lions and their environment, ecology and interactions. Lions do not exist in isolation. They are integral parts of complex ecosystems, interacting with prey species, competing with other predators, shaping vegetation through their effects on herbivores, and themselves being influenced by environmental factors from climate to disease. Understanding lions requires understanding their ecological context, the web of relationships that connects them to their environment. Lions are apex predators, meaning they sit at the top of the food chain with no natural predators that routinely hunt them. This position gives them enormous influence over the structure of their ecosystems. By hunting herbivores, lions affect the populations, behavior, and even the evolution of prey species. Prey animals that are better at detecting and escaping lions are more likely to survive and pass on their genes, creating a constant evolutionary arms race. Herbivores in lion-rich areas are typically more vigilant, more likely to group together for safety, and more cautious in their habitat use, avoiding areas where lions are likely to ambush them. This predator-prey dynamic has cascading effects throughout the ecosystem in what ecologists call a trophic cascade. By controlling herbivore numbers and altering their behavior, lions indirectly affect vegetation. Areas where herbivores are afraid to graze intensively due to lion presence may have denser vegetation, which in turn affects other species, from insects to birds to smaller mammals. This complex web of interactions means that losing lions from an ecosystem can have far-reaching consequences, sometimes allowing herbivore populations to explode, overgraze vegetation, and fundamentally alter the landscape. Lions inhabit a variety of habitats across their range, though all share certain characteristics. The classic lion habitat is the open savanna, grasslands dotted with scattered trees and interspersed with denser woodland. This habitat type dominates much of East Africa and parts of Southern Africa. The open terrain allows lions to see prey from a distance and to coordinate hunts, while the scattered trees and bushes provide cover for stalking. Savannas also typically support large herds of ungulates, providing abundant prey. But lions are more adaptable than the stereotype suggests. They inhabit woodland areas, including the Miombo woodlands of southern Africa, where vegetation is denser and visibility is reduced. Here, lions rely more on ambush from close range and hunt somewhat smaller prey. Lions also live in semi-arid and arid regions, including parts of Namibia, Botswana, and Kenya, where they must cope with long dry seasons, scarce water, and dispersed prey. The desert-adapted lions of Namibia, in particular, have amazed researchers with their ability to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, ranging over enormous territories and sometimes going days without water. In India's Gir forest, the last remaining population of Asiatic lions lives in a mosaic of dry deciduous forest, thorn forest, and grasslands. This population, isolated from African lions, has adapted to hunting smaller prey including chital deer, sambar, nilgai, and wild boar. The habitat is denser than typical African savanna, and gyr lions have adapted their hunting techniques accordingly. Lions interact with a suite of other predators. In Africa, lions coexist with leopards, cheetahs, African wild dogs, and spotted hyenas, along with smaller predators like jackals and various cat species. These relationships are complex and often competitive. Hyenas and lions have a particularly intense rivalry, both being large social predators that occupy similar ecological niches. Hyenas are formidable hunters in their own right, not merely scavengers, and their clans can be large enough to challenge lions. Lions and hyenas frequently steal kills from each other, and the two species occasionally kill each other, particularly cubs and young individuals. Despite this conflict, both species persist across much of their range through a combination of avoiding each other and accepting some level of competition. Leopards avoid direct competition with lions by being more solitary, more arboreal, and more flexible in their diet, taking prey from small rodents up to young antelopes. They often cache kills in trees where lions cannot reach them. Cheetahs, the fastest land animals but much more lightly built than lions, also avoid direct competition by hunting primarily in daylight when lions are less active, and by targeting different prey species, particularly smaller, faster animals like Thompson's gazelles. African wild dogs, which hunt in cooperative packs in daylight hours, have suffered population declines partly due to pressure from lions, which will kill wild dog pups if given the opportunity, though they rarely eat them. These multi-predator systems are fascinating because they demonstrate how different species partition resources. By hunting different prey in different habitats at different times of day and using different strategies, multiple predator species can coexist despite apparent similarity in their ecological roles. Lions, with their large body size, social structure, and generalist diet, are among the most dominant competitors, but they do not exclude other predators entirely. Lions are also affected by environmental factors beyond their control. Droughts can be devastating, causing prey populations to crash and pushing prides to the edge of starvation. During severe droughts, cub mortality increases dramatically, and even adults may die of hunger-related causes. Diseases also take a toll. Lions are susceptible to various pathogens, including canine distemper virus, feline immunodeficiency virus, FIV, feline leukemia virus, ALV, tuberculosis, and various parasitic infections. Outbreaks can sweep through prides, causing mass mortality. The Serengeti lions suffered a severe canine distemper outbreak in '94 that killed about a third of the population, demonstrating the vulnerability of even seemingly robust populations to disease. Parasites are a constant burden. Lions are host to various ticks, fleas, mites, and internal parasites, including roundworms, tapeworms, and protozoans. While a healthy lion can typically tolerate some parasite load, heavy infestations can cause anemia, weight loss, and increased susceptibility to other diseases. Cubs are particularly vulnerable to parasites, and parasitic infections contribute to the high mortality rates in young lions. Climate change is emerging as a significant threat to lions and their ecosystems. Changes in rainfall patterns affect vegetation growth, which affects herbivore populations, which in turn affects lions. Increasing frequency of droughts stresses both prey and predator. Changes in temperature may affect disease dynamics and parasite life cycles. Shifts in prey distributions in response to changing climate may force lions to alter their territories or hunting patterns. The full effects of climate change on lions are still unfolding, but early signs suggest it will add to the many challenges these predators already face. Ecologically, lions serve multiple functions beyond being apex predators. They are nutrient cyclers, concentrating nutrients from widely scattered prey into concentrated areas around kills and resting sites. They influence fire regimes indirectly through their effects on herbivore behavior. If herbivores avoid certain areas due to predation risk, those areas accumulate more dry grass, potentially burning more intensely. Lions also support a guild of scavengers, from vultures to hyenas to jackals to invertebrates, all of which benefit from the kills lions make. In this way, lions are what ecologists call keystone species, species whose impact on their ecosystem is disproportionately large relative to their abundance. Conservation and human impact, a precarious future. 10,000 years ago, lions were one of the most widespread large mammals on Earth, found across Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. Today, that vast range has contracted to a small fraction of what it once was. Wild lions now exist in only 25 African countries, almost exclusively in sub-Saharan Africa, and in one small population in India's Gir forest. The story of this decline is intertwined with human history, and the future of lions depends on the choices we make now. Historical evidence, from fossil records to ancient writings to cave paintings, shows that lions once lived throughout Africa, across southern Europe, including Greece and the Balkans, throughout the Middle East, and across a broad belt of southern Asia from Turkey to India and perhaps beyond. The cave lion, a subspecies or closely related species, extended even further into northern Europe and Asia during the Pleistocene. These historical populations disappeared gradually over thousands of years as human populations grew. Habitats were converted to agriculture, prey animals were hunted, and lions themselves were killed. In Europe, lions vanished around 2,000 years ago, hunted to extinction and driven out as land was cleared for farming. In the Middle East and much of Asia, the decline continued into the modern era. Asiatic lions once ranged from Turkey to eastern India, but by the early 20th century, they were reduced to a tiny remnant population in the Gir forest of Gujarat, India, where they persist today. In Africa, lions remained abundant in many areas into the colonial period, but the 20th century saw dramatic declines. Lions disappeared from North Africa entirely, with the last Barbary lion, a distinct population adapted to the Atlas Mountains, possibly going extinct in the wild by the 1960s. Today's lion populations face multiple, interconnected threats. The most significant is habitat loss. As human populations expand, land that was once lion habitat is converted to agriculture, settlements, and infrastructure. Lions require large territories to survive, and as habitat becomes fragmented, smaller populations become isolated, unable to interact with other populations. This isolation increases the risk of inbreeding, reduces genetic diversity, and makes populations more vulnerable to disease, natural disasters, and random demographic fluctuations. The loss of prey is equally critical. Lions need abundant prey populations to survive, but many of the same factors affecting lions also affect their prey. Hunting, both legal and illegal, has reduced wild ungulate populations across much of Africa. Habitat degradation affects the carrying capacity for herbivores. Competition with livestock for grazing land is intense in many areas. As prey becomes scarcer, lions struggle to feed themselves and their cubs, leading to higher mortality and reduced reproduction. Human-lion conflict is perhaps the most direct and immediate threat. As lion habitats overlap increasingly with human settlements and pastoralist grazing areas, interactions are inevitable. Lions sometimes kill livestock, especially cattle, sheep, and goats, causing economic losses to herders who are often quite poor themselves. In retaliation, herders may kill lions through poisoning, shooting, or spearing. This retaliatory killing is responsible for a significant proportion of lion deaths in many areas. The conflict is understandable from both perspectives. Lions are predators taking easy prey, and herders are protecting their livelihoods. Finding solutions requires understanding both sides and creating systems where people and lions can coexist. Trophy hunting of lions is controversial. In some African countries, controlled sport hunting of lions is legal and regulated, with hunters paying significant fees for the opportunity to shoot lions. Proponents argue that hunting brings revenue to communities, creates incentives to protect lion habitat, and, when properly managed, removes only surplus males without harming population viability. Critics argue that hunting can be poorly regulated, that hunters sometimes kill breeding males essential to pride stability, that revenue often does not reach local communities, and that killing lions for sport is ethically problematic regardless of population impacts. The debate continues, and the effects of trophy hunting vary depending on how it is managed in specific areas. Disease outbreaks, often introduced through domestic animals, pose an increasing threat. Canine distemper, for example, can be transmitted to lions through contact with domestic dogs, and outbreaks have caused mass mortality in some populations. Tuberculosis, possibly transmitted through buffalo populations that contracted from cattle, has been documented in lions in Kruger National Park and other areas. As humans, livestock, and wildlife increasingly share space, the risk of disease transmission grows. Inbreeding and loss of genetic diversity are concerns, particularly in smaller, isolated populations. The Asiatic lion population, for example, went through a severe bottleneck in the early 20th century when only a few dozen individuals remained. The population has recovered to over 500 individuals today, but it still has very low genetic diversity, making it potentially vulnerable to disease and reducing its ability to adapt to changing conditions. Similarly, some African lion populations are isolated in protected areas surrounded by human-dominated landscapes, with little or no gene flow to other populations. Conservation efforts are multifaceted, attempting to address these various threats. Protected areas, national parks, game reserves, and wildlife conservancies provide safe havens where lions can live with reduced human pressure. These areas vary in size and management effectiveness, but the best managed parks have seen lion populations stabilize or even grow. However, protected areas alone are not sufficient. They are often islands in a sea of human-dominated landscape, and lions, with their large space requirements, need more area than most parks provide. Corridors connecting protected areas are crucial for maintaining genetic exchange and allowing lions to follow prey migrations. Identifying and protecting these corridors, often through community-managed conservancies or wildlife easements on private land, is a conservation priority. Community-based conservation, where local people are involved in and benefit from wildlife protection, has shown promise in several areas. When communities receive tangible benefits from living near lions, whether through tourism revenue, employment, or other incentives, tolerance for lions increases and retaliatory killing decreases. Conflict mitigation is another critical component. Strategies include building predator-proof enclosures called bomas, where livestock can be protected at night, using lights or deterrents to keep lions away from settlements, employing community wildlife rangers who can alert herders to lion presence, and, in some cases, providing compensation or insurance schemes for livestock losses to predators. These programs require sustained funding and community engagement, but they have been successful in reducing conflict in several areas. Reintroduction and translocation programs have been used to establish new populations or augment existing ones. Lions have been translocated to create new populations in fenced reserves in South Africa and elsewhere. While controversial because fences fundamentally alter lion ecology, these populations contribute to the species' genetic diversity and provide opportunities for people to experience lions in areas where they had been extirpated. Reintroductions to areas of former range, such as planned reintroductions to parts of India outside Gir Forest, could expand the species' distribution and reduce extinction risk. Education and awareness programs aim to build appreciation for lions and support for conservation. When people understand the ecological importance of lions, the threats they face, and the benefits of conservation, they are more likely to support protection efforts. Ecotourism, where people travel to see lions and other wildlife, provides significant revenue in some countries and creates economic incentives for conservation. Research continues to improve our understanding of lions and inform conservation strategies. Scientists study lion ecology, behavior, genetics, disease, and population dynamics. They use GPS collars to track movements, camera traps to monitor populations, genetic analysis to assess diversity and connectivity, and long-term studies to understand population trends. This research provides the scientific foundation for evidence-based conservation decisions. The current status of lions is sobering. Population estimates are uncertain, but the best current assessments suggest that perhaps 20,000 to 25,000 wild lions remain in Africa, with around 600 in India. This is a dramatic decline from historical numbers, which likely exceeded 100,000 lions across Africa alone just a century ago. Some populations are relatively secure in well-managed protected areas. Others are in decline, facing the cumulative pressures of habitat loss, prey depletion, conflict, and disease. The trajectory of many populations is downward unless significant conservation action is taken. But there is reason for hope. Lions are resilient and adaptable when given the opportunity to thrive. Populations that are well protected, that have adequate prey, and that exist in landscapes where human-wildlife conflict is managed can stabilize and even grow. Conservation efforts have shown success in several areas. The challenge is to scale up these efforts, to protect more habitat, to reduce conflict, to address the underlying drivers of decline, and to build a future where humans and lions can coexist. The lion's story need not end in extinction. With commitment, resources, and the will to act, we can ensure that these magnificent predators continue to roar across African savannas and Indian forests for generations to come. Closing reflection: the lion's place in nature. And so our journey through the world of lions comes to a gentle close. We've traveled from ancient forests where small cat ancestors climbed through branches 25 million years ago to the modern savannas where prides still gather beneath acacia trees. We've explored the intricate social structures that make lions unique among all great cats. The bonds between lionesses that last lifetimes. The brief, violent tenures of males. The precarious journey from helpless cub to adult survivor. We've watched hunts unfold across golden grasslands, seen the coordination and strategy that turns a group of lionesses into an efficient hunting machine. We've heard roars echo across 8 kilometers of savanna, watched subtle communications through scent marks and body language, felt the strength of social bonds reinforced through grooming and touch. We've mapped territories that span from small, fertile areas to vast, arid landscapes, and we've seen how lions shape and are shaped by their environments, from the prey they hunt to the predators they compete with to the human, communities whose futures are intertwined with theirs. The lion is many things. It is an apex predator, shaped by millions of years of evolutions into a superbly efficient hunter. It is a social creature, living in complex family groups that require cooperation, communication, and compromise. It is a parent, with lionesses providing devoted care and males offering protection, though at a terrible cost to cubs that are not their own. It is a competitor, defending resources against rivals and navigating conflicts with other predators. It is a survivor, adapting to environments from dense forests to open grasslands to semi-deserts. But perhaps most poignantly, the lion is a symbol of what we stand to lose. These magnificent animals once walked across vast expanses of 3 continents. Today, they are confined to shrinking pockets of habitat, their populations declining, their future uncertain. They face challenges that are almost entirely of human making: habitat loss, prey depletion, conflict with herders, disease introduced through domestic animals, climate change, and yet their survival also depends on human action. Conservation efforts, community engagement, protected areas, research, and commitment can provide a future for lions. You are connected to lions in ways you may not have considered before tonight. The atoms that make up your body were forged in stars, just as the atoms in every lion were similarly created in stellar furnaces billions of years ago. You breathe air that has circulated through the lungs of countless lions across millions of years. You share a planet with them, part of the same web of life that stretches back to the first single-celled organisms billions of years ago. Their fate and yours are intertwined in the grand story of life on Earth. As you rest now, perhaps drifting towards sleep, know that somewhere in Africa, a pride is stirring as night falls. Lionesses are rising, stretching, greeting each other with soft grunts and head rubs. Cubs are playing in the cooling air, pouncing on each other and on the twitching tails of patient adults. Males are scanning the horizon, listening for the roars of rivals, ready to defend their territory and their genetic legacy. The ancient rhythms continue, unchanged in their essentials from 1,000,000 years ago, yet fragile in ways that would have been unimaginable to earlier generations of lions. The lion's roar carries across the savanna, a sound that has echoed through human history, inspiring awe, fear, and wonder. It is a sound that speaks of wildness, of power, of the ancient world that existed long before humans, and that we hope will persist long after we are gone. It is a sound that reminds us that we are not the only inheritors of this planet, that we share it with other complex, intelligent, feeling beings whose lives are as real and as valuable as our own. Tonight, you have traveled through time and space in the company of lions. You have learned of their history, their biology, their behavior, their challenges. You have, I hope, gained appreciation for these remarkable animals, and perhaps even a sense of responsibility for their future. The lion's story is not yet finished. Its next chapters will be written by the choices we make, the actions we take, the value we place on sharing this planet with other forms of life. If you've enjoyed this journey through the world of lions, and if these explorations help you find peace at the end of your day, I'd be grateful if you would like and subscribe to the Sleepy Science Society. It helps others find their way here, discovering that learning and relaxation need not be separate experiences, that the wonders of the natural world can be both fascinating and soothing. Thank you for spending this time with me and with the lions. Sleep well, knowing that in the darkness of the African night, Pride members are huddling together, their sides rising and falling in synchronized breathing, secure for now in their territories, living the only lives they know. May their roars continue to echo across the savannas for generations to come. Good night.